This is kind of like a search experiment, but so far, while staying logged out of my account, I'd say about half the stuff that pops up on random word searches is pretty much what I'm familiar with. A lot of recognizable names, at least within my purview of space opera, military sci-fi, space horror. But interestingly enough, since the algorithm bot doesn't know like what my usual habits are, it will start offering people I've never heard of. Now, it might not be the wheelhouse I'm interested in, but it's something different in the feed other than like the same. I would say most of the time the feed is like the same top 20 to 30 people usually. Then you have a smattering of people that are up and coming or somehow matches the search words you're looking for. And yeah, even though it's almost 2 a.m. for me, my time, this has been an interesting experiment. I might pull more of these off then, because again, it seems like it does offer a little bit more of a mix since it doesn't know what you really want. I don't know. It seems kind of ass backwards, but it kind of does prove that the algorithm will shove you into like a ghetto of sorts. Um, and I know Mr. Niemeyer's basically brought that up a couple of times on his blog too. But yeah, it's just really weird. It's like Amazon, is the whole point to be able to discover new people? And I mean, I understand that the sponsored stuff is important, but I'm wondering if with the sponsored thing, maybe I should do some more research into that. Because how does that work? If you do you pump more and more and more and more money into it, and the more you do that, the more your stuff will show up all the time? I wonder. Again, I'm just a curious reader on a quest to figure out this system. I probably will never fully figure it out, but still, the experiment goes onward. And then the algorithm will, yeah, besides the top 20 or 30 that are probably selling in that particular genre category, it'll populate the rest with like a lot of mid or, mid level semi popular series. Because even while I was logged out, it was, yeah, I would say at least half to maybe three quarters sometimes. It's like, I know them. They're pretty much a big hitter in whichever subgenre I'm looking in. But still, I think I've found a bit of a silver lining. If I get frustrated, I think I'll just start doing, unlogged searches where it's like, I'm sorry, you Amazon bot, but you're not going to throttle me to the same pickings over and over again. Granted, I love some of those series and everything, but I think I want to balance it with, besides just old favorites, I want to find new favorites too. And the recognizable writers I've come across before. It seems to have put in a fair amount of older traditional published people, like Olson Scott Card, Andre Norton. But even then, like what I put on the thread that I had going on Twitter, it's like, wait, that's an Andre Norton book I've never heard of. What is this? You know. So it's always nice to find a little discovery of, even though you might know the writer, you don't know what their whole library is half the time. So it's always fun to find a new slash old discovery. Yeah, and yes, there was a fair amount of repeats as I'm scrolling through, because I scrolled through about 40 pages. But still, I managed to find some new people. And then some people where it's like, wait, you want how much for a novella that's like 100 and something pages? What? Yeah, yeah. Again, unless I guess unless you're like Stephen King level, I don't know if too many people would buy a $10 ebook that only has 60 something pages to like 110 pages. That's asking a bit much. One thing I did note is a lot more books are starting to use that little white space next to the buy now with one click as you're scrolling by. Because unless it's like a big push for some sort of big series, that's another way you can basically catch a reader's eye. Like just have a quick tagline of what your book's about as we're scrolling. Some people have done this, like some of the bigger indies. It's a good, again, a good way to catch our eye as we're scrolling through to find our next binge read. Or in my case, I'm trying to be a little bit more conscientious and like, what else needs help? Ah, yes, anthologies, because that's another good way to discover people. Although, as I'm scrolling here, wait, the darn Grand Tour series is still going by Ben Bova? Holy crap! This was book 13 of 25. Um, I'm gonna be honest, like, sometimes there's gotta be a point where you just, like, gotta be like, this is the end of the series. Like, this is all this series needs, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Yeah. Because even with me being ambitious with Uplift Protocol there, I have enough plot threads for that where it's looking like it's easily going to get to the other. Let's see, book 0 and then books like 1 through 12 or so, or maybe even 13. I haven't really decided yet. We'll find out as we get there. But what? Well, I guess there's one thing you can say is I'm being pretty ambitious because I love my genre mashup here. But yeah, let's see. So let me scroll a little bit further ahead and see what else we got here. Oh, I think I remember that guy from way back, the Frontiers saga. Hmm. So yeah, it really is a mixture of really new and really old. This seems a bit familiar. Rim War. On the outer rim of the galaxy in a century-old battle, I can't talk right now because it's almost 2 a.m., but a heinous adversary, or heinous, or is it heinous or a heinous? I murdered the English language all day, people. That is alright. But yes, the said adversary is carrying out a religious calling to exterminate all other sentient species. At 105 years of age, Millie Helgren knows her days are numbered when she enters a government-operated nursing home. Only instead of withering away from old age, Millie becomes entangled in a conspiracy to covertly supply Earth's senior citizens to an imperial military in a distant part of the galaxy. So a military is recruiting our old people? Okay. At first, it's a mystery of why would a group of advanced species be interested in elderly humans with dietary restrictions and physical ailments? But what if they happen to possess the medical tech to give someone like Millie a new lease on life as an Imperial soldier? Stop there, you criminal scum! Except in space, with Granny becoming like Super Granny. Maybe I guess that kind of makes sense because if they have more experience, but still, it's like imagining my 90-year-old grandma getting rejuvenated to go on a quest, and she hates quests. But the rest of this synopsis, let's see. Through intense training, Millie discovers a little strength and tenacity she thought was long lost. Soon she is thrust into a rank and file that she knows nothing about aboard an Imperial warship, reporting to a tough captain who has little respect for humans. You human scum! To make matters worse, the Imperial military is outnumbered, outgunned, and facing certain defeat. As Millie endures the hardships of a grim future, with her training, restored youth, sharp wit, and determination to defend Earth be enough to survive. Huh. Well, I gotta admit, this part of the search results is not, again, part of my usual fare that pops up. I guess people, we can consider this weird, strange um, experiment a success in some ways. Um, unfortunately, some Scalzi was recommended to me while I was logged out, and that made me quite sad. It's like, no, I don't need to be reminded that Scalzi writes things. If he's your cup of tea, then fine, but definitely not mine. Have a good night, people.